How you doing? John Kelleher, founder of Community Benchmark here. Going to share with you a quick story of how one winery found their growth opportunity with Community Benchmark. It's the story of George, old feisty Italian, sat down with me. First time I ever met with him, looked me straight in the eye. Probably had a question very similar to what you might have, which is, John, how is this program going to help my sales? I said, George, just give me a couple weeks. And sure enough, after loading up those numbers of him and his peers, looking into the color-coded dashboard, George's sales were down, 37.6%, halfway through the year to date. This is where we found him. George obviously knew his sales were down. Now, when we took a little bit of a further look into the dashboard, I'll only blow that back up for you. The culprit was George's average sale. People were spending less with George. And so when I called George and mentioned this to him, hey, George, what's going on? Your sales are down. It looks a lot like it has to do with the average amount people are spending with you. And he said, John, yeah, what am I supposed to do? The boomers are getting older, not buying as much wine. The millennials aren't quite there yet. People are just spending less. What am I supposed to do? And I said, George, that might be true from a macro perspective. However, not true in your backyard. George's peers' average sale over the same time period was actually up 8.5%. This was an aha moment for George, where he realized that this issue was not a macro issue. It wasn't even an issue right in his backyard amongst wineries just like his. It was, in fact, unique to his winery. So he was able to go to his staff and say, listen, guys, this is our issue. This is not something that we're being subject to. This is something that we can do something about. And so he had a couple more meetings and reset some incentives. But essentially what George was able to do is turn the ship around in the back half of the year to the point where he was able to finish the year down closer to 20% as opposed to the 40% that he was headed towards. So obviously, a complete analysis of your operation would involve quite a few more variables, and I really look forward to that. Everyone that we work with on the very first phone call, pretty quickly after you sign up, we do a complete scan, comparative of all of your numbers, DTC over the past year compared to those of wineries like yours and in your region. And I can guarantee you that in that very first call, we'll be able to identify and pinpoint a couple of opportunities for you, and you'll definitely leave with much better awareness of what's actually going on, which of course is now more important than ever, and a better understanding of your own performance and what you can do about it. So looking forward to it. Thank you.